The overhead bin slammed shut like a gunshot. Victoria froze. The man next to her smelled like cheap soap and worn denim. She turned her head slowly. His jacket had a patch on the elbow. His shoes were scuffed. His carry-on was a faded backpack held together with duct tape. "Excuse me," Victoria said, her voice sharp enough to cut glass. "I think you're in the wrong seat." Before we dive in, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy stories like this, be sure to like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share it with someone who'd love it too. Marcus looked up from buckling his seatbelt. "Seat 12B, he said quietly. "That's what my ticket says." Victoria's lips pressed into a thin line. She pressed the call button. Once, twice, 3 times. The flight attendant appeared with a practiced smile. "How can I help you, ma'am?" "There's been a mistake," Victoria said. "I paid for premium economy. I shouldn't be sitting next to—" She paused, her eyes scanning Marcus from head to toe. "Someone like this." The cabin went quiet. Passengers nearby stopped their conversations. Marcus felt heat creep up his neck. "Ma'am," the flight attendant said carefully, "this gentleman has a valid ticket for seat 12B. There's no mistake." "Then move me," Victoria demanded. "Or move him. I don't care which. But I'm not spending 6 hours next to someone who probably can't even afford to be on this plane." Marcus's jaw tightened. He'd heard worse. Growing up poor taught you to develop thick skin. But it never stopped hurting. "I'm afraid the flight is completely full," the attendant said. "There are no other seats available." Victoria pulled out her phone. Designer case. Latest model. "Do you know who I am?" she asked. "Victoria Ashford. My family owns Ashford Industries. We have contracts with this airline worth millions. So, unless you want me to make a phone call that ends your career, I suggest you find me another seat." The flight attendant's smile faltered. "Ma'am, I understand your frustration, but—" "No," Victoria interrupted. You clearly don't understand anything." Marcus unbuckled his seatbelt. "It's fine," he said. "I'll move." "Sir, there are no other seats." "I'll stand," Marcus said. "Or sit in the bathroom. Whatever keeps the peace." Victoria smirked. "See? Problem solved. Some people know their place." Marcus gathered his backpack. His hands were steady, but his eyes told a different story. A little girl in the row behind them whispered to her mother, "Mommy, why is that lady being mean?" Victoria whipped around. "Excuse me?" The mother pulled her daughter close and looked away. Marcus moved toward the aisle. That's when the pilot's voice crackled over the intercom. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Reynolds. We have a small situation we need to address before takeoff. Please remain seated." The cabin door opened. A man in a pilot's uniform walked through, tall, gray hair, sharp eyes that had seen 30 years of flying. He walked straight to row 12. His eyes landed on Marcus. "Dr. Chen," he said. Victoria blinked. "Doctor?" Captain Reynolds extended his hand. Marcus shook it. "I heard there was a problem," the captain said. "I wanted to handle it personally." Victoria laughed. "Doctor? This man is wearing a jacket with holes in it. He can barely afford—" "Ma'am," Captain Reynolds interrupted, his voice cold. "Do you know who you're sitting next to? Some random passenger who—" "Dr. Marcus Chen is one of the leading cardiothoracic surgeons in the country. He's saved over 3,000 lives. He's been awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and he's on this flight because he's flying coach to save money so he can donate more to the free clinic he runs every weekend." The color drained from Victoria's face. I didn't—" "You didn't ask," Marcus said quietly. "You just assumed." Captain Reynolds turned to Victoria. Dr. Chen flies with us twice a month, always coach, always the cheapest ticket. We've offered him upgrades dozens of times. He always declines. Says the money is better spent elsewhere. Victoria's mouth opened, but no words came out. Now, the captain continued, I'm going to give you a choice. You can apologize to Dr. Chen and sit quietly for the next 6 hours. Or I can have you removed from this flight, and you can explain to your family's board of directors why Ashford Industries is now banned from our airline. Victoria's face went from pale to red. You can't. I absolutely can. And I will. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Victoria looked around. Every eye in the cabin was on her, judging. Recording on phones. She could already see the headlines. Heiress removed from flight for harassing doctor. Ashford Industries. Under fire. After discrimination. Incident. Her voice cracked. I apologize. To Dr. Chen, the captain said. Not to me. Victoria turned to Marcus. Her hands were shaking. I'm sorry, she whispered. Marcus nodded. Apology accepted. Captain Reynolds squeezed Marcus's shoulder. Safe flight, Doc, and thank you again for what you did for my daughter. The surgery you performed saved her life. He walked back to the cockpit. Victoria sat down, silent, small, humiliated. Marcus settled into his seat. The flight attendant brought him a bottle of water. On the house, Dr. Chen, she said with a warm smile. Thank you, Marcus replied. The plane began to taxi. Victoria stared straight ahead. Didn't move. Didn't speak. 10 minutes into the flight, turbulence hit. The plane shook. Victoria's hands gripped the armrests. Her knuckles went white. Her breathing became rapid, shallow, panicked. I can't breathe. Marcus turned to her. You're having a panic attack, he said calmly. Look at me. Victoria's eyes were wild. Breathe with me, Marcus said. In through your nose, 4 counts. Hold. Out through your mouth, 6 counts. He demonstrated. Slow. Controlled. Victoria tried to follow. Failed. Tried again. That's it, Marcus encouraged. You're doing great. Focus on my voice. Nothing else matters right now except breathing. 3 minutes later, Victoria's breathing slowed. The panic subsided. She slumped in her seat, exhausted. Thank you, she whispered. Marcus nodded. He didn't say anything else, didn't rub it in, didn't make her feel worse. Just went back to reading his medical journal. An hour passed. Victoria finally spoke. I'm sorry, she said. Really sorry. Not just because of the captain, because I was awful to you. Marcus looked at her. Why? He asked simply. Why was I awful? Yes. Victoria was quiet for a long moment. Because I was raised to believe that wealth equals worth, she said. That people who have less are somehow less. My father taught me that. My mother reinforced it. And I never questioned it. Until now? Until now, she admitted. Watching you help me just now, after how I treated you. Her voice broke. You had every right to ignore me, to let me suffer. That's not who I am, Marcus said. I took an oath to help people. All people. Even the ones who are cruel to me. Why do you fly coach? Victoria asked. You could easily afford first class. Because a first-class ticket costs about $800 more than coach. And $800 pays for 4 months of blood pressure medication for one of my patients at the free clinic. So the choice is easy. Victoria looked down at her designer handbag. It cost $12,000. She'd barely thought about the price when she bought it. How did you become a doctor? She asked. You really want to know? Yes. Marcus closed his journal. I grew up in poverty. My parents were immigrants. They worked 3 jobs between them just to keep food on the table. When I was 8, my little sister got sick. We couldn't afford treatment. She died. Victoria's breath caught. I'm so sorry. I decided that day that no one else should die because they're poor. So I studied, got scholarships, worked my way through medical school, and now I spend half my time at the hospital and half my time at the free clinic, treating people who have nothing. That's incredible. It's necessary, Marcus corrected. There's a difference. The flight attendant came by with drinks. Victoria ordered champagne, then stopped. Actually, can I have water instead? The attendant raised an eyebrow but brought the water. Victoria looked at Marcus. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you think people can change? Really change? I think people change when they want to. When they're willing to do the hard work of examining who they are and who they want to be. I don't like who I am, Victoria said quietly. I haven't for a while, but I didn't know how to be different. Start small, Marcus suggested. Choose kindness once a day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Victoria pulled out her phone, scrolled through her contacts, found her assistant, typed a message. What are you doing? Marcus asked. Starting small, Victoria said. I'm telling my assistant to donate $100,000 to your free clinic, anonymously. Marcus's eyes widened. You don't have to. I want to. Consider it my apology. The real one. She hit send. Then she opened her social media. Started typing. What are you writing? Marcus asked. The truth, Victoria said. About today. About my behavior. About what I learned. I have 2 million followers. Most of them probably think like I used to think. Maybe hearing this will change some minds. She showed him the post. It was honest, vulnerable, real. You're going to get backlash, Marcus warned. People don't like admitting they're wrong publicly. I know, Victoria said, but it's the right thing to do. She posted it. Within minutes, comments flooded in. Some supportive, some cruel. Some from people sharing their own stories of judgment and redemption. Victoria read them all. The plane began its descent. Can I ask you one more question? Victoria said. Go ahead. Will you let me volunteer at your clinic? I don't have any medical training, but I can answer phones, file paperwork, whatever you need. Marcus studied her face, looking for sincerity. He found it. We can always use help, he said, but it's hard work, long hours, and the people we serve have been hurt by people like you their whole lives. You'll have to earn their trust. I understand, Victoria said. I want to try. The wheels touched down, smooth landing. As passengers stood to gather their belongings, the little girl from earlier tapped Victoria's arm. Are you friends now? She asked, pointing between Victoria and Marcus. Victoria looked at Marcus. He smiled. Getting there, Victoria said. The girl beamed and ran back to her mother. Victoria and Marcus walked through the terminal together. My driver is waiting, Victoria said. Can I give you a lift? I usually take the bus, Marcus said. I know, but today let me drive you. Please. Marcus hesitated, then nodded. Okay. They climbed into Victoria's car. Luxury interior, leather seats, a world apart from the bus Marcus usually took. Where to? The driver asked. The free clinic on 5th Street, Marcus said. Victoria's driver looked confused. That's in... I know where it is, Victoria interrupted. Let's go. They drove in silence for a while. Then Victoria spoke. My father is going to disown me when he sees what I posted. Maybe, Marcus said. Or maybe he'll surprise you. I doubt it. He doesn't believe in second chances. Says they're for weak people. Then prove him wrong. Be strong enough to change. Victoria smiled. Small. Genuine. When they arrived at the clinic, Marcus opened the car door. "Thank you for the ride." "Marcus," Victoria said. "Can I come in? Just to see what you do?" He considered. "It's not glamorous." "I don't need glamorous, I need real." Marcus led her inside. The waiting room was packed. Families, children, elderly people, all waiting for care they couldn't afford anywhere else. Victoria watched Marcus work. He greeted everyone by name, remembered details about their lives, held babies, comforted the scared, treated everyone with dignity. After 2 hours, Victoria's phone rang. Her father. "I have to take this," she said. She stepped outside. "What the hell were you thinking?" Her father's voice boomed through the phone. "Do you have any idea the damage you've done to our family's reputation?" "I told the truth," Victoria said calmly. "You made us look weak. Apologizing to some random doctor." "He's not random, Dad. He's incredible. And I was wrong. I was cruel and elitist, and everything you taught me to be." Silence. "Excuse me?" "You heard me. I'm done being that person. I'm going to volunteer at his clinic. I'm going to learn what it means to help people who actually need it. If you do this, I'm cutting you off. No more trust fund, no more credit cards, no more family support." Victoria took a breath. "Okay." "What?" "I said, okay. Do it. I'll figure it out." She hung up. Her hands were shaking, but she felt lighter than she had in years. Marcus came outside. "Everything okay?" "My father just disowned me," Victoria said. "I'm sorry." "I'm not." She looked at the clinic. "Can I really volunteer here?" "If you're serious, yes." "I am." "When do I start?" "Tomorrow. 7 a.m. Victoria showed up the next day at 6:45, ready to work, ready to learn, ready to become someone different. It wasn't easy. The first week, she made mistakes, filed papers wrong, said the wrong things to patients, struggled with the computer system from 1998, but she showed up, every day, on time, and slowly, she got better. The patients started to trust her. The staff started to accept her. Marcus watched her transformation with quiet pride. 6 months later, Victoria stood in the clinic. She'd sold most of her designer clothes, moved into a small apartment, got a job to support herself, and volunteered at the clinic every spare moment she had. Her father hadn't spoken to her since that phone call, but her mother had reached out, quietly, secretly, said she was proud. Marcus walked over to her. "You've come a long way," he said. "I have a long way to go," Victoria replied. "But I'm getting there." "We're opening a second clinic," Marcus said. "We need someone to manage it, someone organized, dedicated, someone who understands both worlds." Victoria's eyes widened. "Are you offering me a job?" "If you want it." "Yes," she said without hesitation. "Absolutely yes." Marcus smiled. "Welcome to the team." That night, Victoria sat in her small apartment. No designer furniture, no expensive art. Just simple, functional home. She opened her laptop, started writing, about her journey, about privilege, about change, about a plane ride that altered everything. She published it. It went viral. Millions of reads, thousands of comments from people sharing their own stories of transformation, and one comment from a username she didn't recognize. "Proud of you, sweetheart. Love, Dad," Victoria cried, not from sadness, from hope, from possibility, from the knowledge that it's never too late to become who you're meant to be. Marcus texted her that night. "Saw your article. Beautiful. See you tomorrow." Victoria texted back. See you tomorrow. She turned off the light. Tomorrow she'd help people, really help them. Not because she had to, because she wanted to, because somewhere between seat 12A and 12B, she'd discovered something more valuable than all her family's money. Purpose, compassion, humanity, the things that actually matter. The things that make us rich in ways that bank accounts never can. If this story moved you, drop a comment below and share what you learned. We all have moments where we judge too quickly or assume too much. The question is, what do we do when we realize we're wrong? Subscribe for more stories that challenge us to be better, kinder, and more human. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that might just change how you see the world. And share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Because sometimes the most powerful journey is the one from who we were to who we choose to become.